Test 1, 2. Can somebody confirm if they can hear me, see me? It's like a meeting now. Why do I hear myself? Because of this. Okay, okay, seems like it's fine. Just gonna wait for a couple of minutes to give people some time to join. And I'm just gonna chill in the meantime. So, the idea for today is that I will be learning / remembering Ancestral by Steven Wilson. It has a solo from Guthrie Govan. It is an incredible piece of music. I mean, Steven Wilson is just wonderful. Such an inspiration for so many prog listeners, I think. Hi Eric, I hope you're doing well. So Steven Wilson is such an inspiration for so many prog people, And it's very nice to see him collaborate with artists like Marco Minman and Guthrie Govan, and it just I think at some point even Brian Beller from the Aristocrats also. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just great. So today the goal is that we listen to the solo section. My voice is a bit quiet compared to my guitar. I'm aware. I do not know yet how to fix it, unfortunately, because it seems like it's at maximum. Hi Mertjan, welcome. So we are going to see. I will try to speak a bit more loudly. That is the best I can do at the moment. But if at any point it's not helpful, or if you actually can't hear what I'm saying, please do let me know so I can try to fix it. It's all right. Cheers. Thank you. Just because you're the two people that have commented, I'm just going to point out Eric, Shredologist, is a wonderful guitar player, also from Turkey. He is one of the people that I think work the hardest in terms of guitar that I've seen, and he is quite a perfectionist, and I would highly recommend checking out his work. And the same goes for Eric Mertcan. Although he doesn't share a lot of videos for now, he's quite a guitar player, and the way he dials in tone is just beautiful to me. Something I've never been able to do. What I've been doing so far is I just ask ChatGPT, like, I need a tone for this solo, like, can you tell me which blocks I should put in the FM3? So like top-notch musicianship. Great example. So today, Guthrie, for full transparency, I did listen to this solo like a million times, and I did look at it in the past, although it was very, very, very successful. So today we are giving it another chance, but with a focus of using Moises, really separating the tracks, listening to every nuance that we can spot, and then we're actually going to be talking about why that makes any difference. Like why not just play a band and it kind of sounds like it, but it's actually not good enough. Like we're going to talk about all kinds of things like these. So I will start by saying that I already separated the stems using Moises to save everyone the time. So I will just import those into Studio One. Ancestral, where's my Steven Wilson? Okay, let's try this again. You should have splitted the things. Now we wait. While this is exporting, I can just briefly go over what I do. I take, for example, in order to be able to use Moises, you need to supply some sort of audio. So it's either MP3 or MP4 in my case so far. It probably works with like, oh, sorry, it already literally says wow, but maybe that's for the export. So as soon as you can provide an audio source, it can separate things based on the configuration that you have. I tend to use the most comprehensive one because it's just like set it once and then forget kind of a thing. So here, for example, you can see that I have vocals, drums, bass, lead and rhythm guitar has been separate for a while, and that has been a great addition to Moises, because in the past it was just exporting guitar and you couldn't really isolate things well enough to hear all the nuances. But right now I can just literally listen to the lead guitar, even including some subtle effects. That has been beautiful. And what I like to do is, I personally don't like to use Moises itself to practice songs, because I find this specific section about like changing the speed kind of gimmicky, or not super user friendly, sorry, because it doesn't let me put in a tempo, or it doesn't let me change things by a percentage, but it's like I can click once and it will go down once. I can click 3 times and it will go down 3 times. And if I'm trying to go to like, 50% speed at a song that is 180%, 180 BPM, then I need to click 90 times, and that is no bueno. Like my life has more purpose than that. Where did the export go? Moises, why are you doing this to me? If I go to here, Steven Wilson. I don't know where you are, but we're gonna export you. It's in download, so maybe something about it changed. But you're now going to my Moises exports folder. Please. There we go. Okay, it should have done this before, but there was probably a problem. Moises, Ancestral, Steven Wilson, finally. Okay. So what Moises does is it gives a zip file of the exports. And what I will do is I will extract all of these stems. What the hell? It's just doing things that it never did before, and this is kind of strange. What the hell? Allah Allah, çok enteresan. Mehmet Ali Gültekin, hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope that you'll have a good time as soon as I understand why Moises refuses to work. Like, I've been using this for so long, and it's the first time that I'm having such a problem with it. And it's hilarious because in software we have this term of demo effect. So the idea is that as soon as you start demoing something, things will go wrong because people are watching it. It's kind of the same principle as like a printer stopping to work when you definitely need the printer to work. So finally, we have the export. I will just play the audio. If you can please confirm that you can hear the sound coming out of the DAW, I would really appreciate that. Because if I start talking and then we actually don't hear the music, that's not helpful. If you can just type in like 10 seconds, that would be very helpful. gonna be a painful evening. It's such a beautiful solo. So the first thing I'm gonna do, the fact is that I only want to learn the solo, and it's it's already quite a lot. Hi Ali, I hope you're doing well, man. So it's already a lot that I want to learn the solo. So I'm just gonna find where the solo is. That is my step one. And the solo starts here, and I know that this track has the solo, so like this section is the solo, basically. I hope you can hear the traced part as well, but basically between like 101 and 137-ish is the solo. What I'm gonna do to save myself some real estate is I'm going to cut everything except that. So this part goes away, this part goes away. I will take everything to the beginning of my DAW. One day at a time. Come on. So right now I have the part that I want to learn. That is in my DAW. I actually even have a bit too much of it, so I can actually move it like this and yeah. So this is good enough. The second part is, because it's such a complicated song and it has so many nuances, it's unfair of myself to expect that I can just listen to it at 100% speed and then play along. Like, that is super unrealistic, mostly because it's Guthrie Govan, but in so many different songs we see covers online where like people play a song and it sounds okay, but it doesn't have that special thing that some other people bring in, and it just sounds like extra special. That thing, in my experience so far, has usually been either a bend somewhere or a slide or some kind of mute, some kind of dynamic change. So as soon as we introduce something that is a bit more special than just putting in, like just playing the note to the correct pitch and hoping that it'll sound the same, instead of that, if we listen very carefully and try to understand what the guitar player has done there, it to me usually brings a bit more color. Like, for example, I could have, let's say I want to play this 17th fret, so it's like an E note, it's a high E. So it's same as this note, basically. I can imagine that in a song I have this, and I could just play this. It has the same pitch, it sounds okay, but if I listen to the song more carefully, maybe instead of just hitting that note, it's approaching that note from let's say from below. So imagine that it's actually, so imagine that we have a flat 7 here, so it's like a D note in this case, and then actually it approaches with a bend, or maybe it approaches from the 7th degree, so it's like the 16th fret. And it could be a slide. It could be a slide from a fret below, or like a 7th degree, let's say. It can be that it was pre-bended and now it's coming back to that pitch. So all these things add more dynamic and more color to what we thought we heard. And a good way to really notice these kind of things is to isolate the tracks, listen to it as slowly as possible, like as slowly as you can take it, honestly. So we were just talking about one note so far. Imagine that we're dealing with a guitar player like Guthrie Govan, who plays a million notes like it's nothing, and then it turns out that he just improvised it after like 17 beers. after you get depressed about it for a while, because what the hell, then we can say, okay, let's listen to the isolated tracks, and instead of trying to go at 100% speed, let's slow it down and try to hear these little nuances that I mentioned. Like, it can be a band, it can be some sort of anything dynamic, really, that brings it a little color. So let us try to do that. In order to be able to slow down the audio in my DAW, what I need to do is, so right now, for example, my DAW is set to 99 BPM. The song, I don't know what the tempo is. Right now it's written 64 in the file name, but it doesn't always represent the truth, because Moises, I think, either takes an average or it targets a specific section. But in a lot of the prog songs, it is more than normal that we have a lot of tempo changes, a lot of time signature changes, and thinking of everything in 4/4 is kind of unrealistic when we're trying to calculate or understand what the tempo is. So what I'm going to do is I'm using Studio One, and if I click this tempo button, it's like a tap tempo functionality. I will just listen to the solo. I will tap, try to find the tempo that seems to be the case, and then we will assign that tempo to these audio files so that I can change the rhythm, and as soon as I change the project tempo, it will also slow down every single track, the metronome, the bass, the vocals, whatever we need. So let's start. And also, if at any point you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, please feel free to jump in and say things. I by no means am not a professional on this. I, like so many other people, am just an enthusiast. And this is just what I know so far. And if you correct me, I will learn something new. So let's go. Okay, I'm not going to do it in the DAW because unfortunately it keeps moving the file. That's a great start. Instead, I'm going to go to, there's a website called beatsperminuteonline.com. So it does the same thing. I just tap the tempo. It gives me a steady thing without moving the audio files, which I don't know why Studio One did that. So let's try again. But it's somewhere between 63, 66 BPM. Case, Moises wasn't wrong, it seems. It was between 64 65, but I guess if we set the project to 64, we're gonna be fine. So I'm gonna set the project tempo to 64 BPM, and currently you will notice that if I change this tempo, it won't slow down the song. So like I will start playing and then change the tempo to like 120 and nothing will change. it just jumped in front, but like the tempo didn't double up, so we didn't hear it in like 200% speed. Paslar bence de gitti ya. So what we're gonna do, and the reason for this is that there are two reasons. The first one is that these audio files actually don't have a tempo assigned to them. Like here you can see below on the bottom left that there's a file tempo setting and it's not set. So I tend to manually set these for these like 10 tracks basically, because I want all of them to slow down. And the second thing I need to do is here you see this tempo section. The tempo is currently follow, but we instead need to time stretch. And now, for example, for this specific file, if I speed it up, everything will speed up. If I put the tempo down in the DAW, it will go back. It will go down to whatever I reduce it to. So I will just apply this change to all of these files. It's something that you need to do just once when you're working with Moises. So basically, now that I'm doing this, after I'm done in like 4 years, probably, I won't have to change anything about the tempo by touching these files. I will just touch the project metronome BPM, and that will be sufficient. We are halfway there, yeah. So there's tempo, time stretch, file tempo 64 will happen for all of these things. This process might be different, honestly, in other DAWs, in Reaper, in I don't know, in Logic, in Mix down, mix. There was, I don't know. There are like so many DAWs, like Cubase and stuff, that I myself don't use. So right now, every file has the tempo of 64 BPM, which means that if I take this 64 down to 40, everything will slow down. And like, to me, it already feels so much more understandable in terms of what I'm hearing. Like, if I listen to that full tempo, first of all, I'm just in awe of what's happening. It's a strong piece of music, and to understand the guitar alone at that tempo with that many notes, for me, is not easy. So slowing down helps. And I will now isolate the solo. We went down to 40 BPM, which is like 60% of the original speed, more or less, like 60 to 40. And now we're gonna hear the guitar isolated in a slower tempo. And then I will try to remember how the solo goes. So maybe I can add the metronome to help. Okay, maybe instead of listening to the entire thing slow, we go section by section, sort of, and we try to learn it by ear as we go on. Also, I'm just gonna double check that you can hear my guitar. If you can't hear the guitar, please do let me know, because that's, yeah, the whole point. Thank you for the confirmation, Eric. Then here we go. Also, the file tells me it's G sharp minor. I mean, like Moises tells me that it's in G sharp minor. I won't blindly trust artificial intelligence to tell me what that is. Hi Ege. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you very much. I also enjoy this tone. Just to be fully transparent, like I imagine that you can see the chain. Like I have a very simple like compressor, drive, MKII delay reverb thing. When I say very simple, it's a million things. But what I did is I literally asked ChatGPT, I want to cover this solo. What does the guitar player use as gear? In the past, before going into ChatGPT and stuff, I would like dial into the Fractal forums or whatever artist forums, and now instead of trying to find all the information myself, I just ask ChatGPT, and so far it has been surprisingly good. So whatever whatever modeler you use, whatever plugin you use, I would happily recommend that you just specify, like, you know, I use, I don't know, Neural DSP Cory Wong. Just ask, how can I get a Guthrie Govan, whatever, ancestral tone out of Neural DSP Cory Wong? Which parameters should I set? And it tends to give a surprisingly nice answer. You still need to tweak it a little, but the ballpark figure, very good, at least for me. And I suck at dialing in tone, so you know that helps me. So I was just saying about the tone, like I won't blindly trust that the song is in G sharp minor, but I will keep it in mind when I'm trying to learn it. So do I have a Fractal, or do I just use it as a plugin? I do have Fractal, and I do use Fractal for this current tone and all the videos that I do. But I just wanted to give Neural DSP as an idea. Or there are other like new plugins like, I don't know, STL tones and Mix Tool, I think that's one of them. Or Mix Wave, sorry, I think that's the thing. Or there are some other like DSP stuff out of Turkey, even, like I think it's Arturia DSP or something. So there are a lot of even free guitar plugins that already sound pretty good to me. Again, I'm not good with tone, but to me they sound okay. And I would just try to see what ChatGPT does for you, because for me it's been kind of nice. And one thing about Fractal is that there are so many options of cabs and amps that it just gives me Emrah Caner. Oh yeah, maybe. Can I show your amp setting? Yeah, sure. I can show my amp settings for plugins. I mean, I will show for Fractal. So I have a USA MK Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the, what's the word? One of the Mesa plugins. And I do have a setup like this, just in case you'd like to take a look and in case it helps. But one thing about Fractal that I kind of don't deal with well as someone that doesn't, like to tweak the tone all that much. There are so many amps and so many cabs and so much configuration that as someone who's more like plug and play, I just, want my amp to sound okay as soon as I plug it in, because I'm kind of lazy and I want to play and not do the sound engineering part of it. It did give me a bit more an option paralysis, like just deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do here because I myself don't know gear very well. So checking the forums, what I would used to do to understand, like, what does John Petrucci use for this whatever song, and some fellow person will have an answer. And now with ChatGPT it's kind of faster, but I'm also happy to share more of this. Like, if you reach me on Instagram, I will send you screenshots, whatever. But just reach out to me, and I hope to be able to help. And Arturia, yes. So basically, just try ChatGPT. I don't know. This is such an engineer answer to go. Let's listen to some Guthrie. So far I am hearing something like, sorry. But here, again, one of the reasons why slowing down helps, he's not picking everything, right? It's not like, it's not, every note has the same weight, every note has the same length. It's not, but rather he's doing some kind of a slide thing, and maybe slide to the 11th fret on the B string, or at least that's what I'm hearing so far. It might not be but maybe just a little bend. But we don't hear like the pick attack everywhere, because it just sounds much smoother. And I think throughout the song there are parts where he's like doing a lot of, maybe not alternate picking, but definitely some sort of picking, rather than just legatoing through things. Slide over there, or oh, hi Max, I hope you're doing well. It's been so long. For anyone who's here, people always tell you look like I can kind of see it, man. I would take that as a compliment. I think he's a beautiful man. For for people who see Max in the chat, please do yourselves a favor and just like open his channel to a new tab. If you're interested in anything about music theory, about music production, about guitar, like piano, like basically whatever you can think of that is music, he has beautiful videos on it. It's for ear training. I don't know if it's for dialing in like nice synth tones, working with I don't know, like stock plugins and creating all kinds of songs, like from I don't know, jazz fusion to death metal. I imagine there has been a death metal challenge already. If not, just the like in the worst case, we had the heavy metal challenge. So highly recommended if you'd like some fresh look at music. I would highly recommend Max's channel. And be careful at that bend. Yes. To me, he's not picking it again, but it's just bending off of that previous note. I think it's a very Guthrie thing to do. Kind of similar. Maybe not picking, but I don't think he's not. Yeah, I don't think he's picking either. Jesus Christ. So basically, we were here. It sounds so smooth, the transition, that I'm kind of thinking that he's already bending almost up to the pitch of the like high E note there, and then there are like 3 bends back to back. Then I need to hear again. Sorry, maybe and it's so beautiful because he's not doing like, there is no clash, it's just all smooth. Like kind of going up and then is what I'm hearing. Guthrie is incredible. There are always these videos of, you know, like someone asks a very famous guitar player, "Oh, who's your favorite?" or "Who do you think is the best?" or "How would you compare this and this like player?" And like most of the especially famous and like super talented guitar players I watch videos of, they always kind of mention Guthrie to say, unless you're Guthrie Govan, like you will have your weaknesses, instead of, you know, like for example, Richard Henshaw from Haken is brilliant at tapping. But if I think alternate picking, I wouldn't think Richard Henshaw, I would think John Petrucci or Steve Morse. If I think economy picking, I would probably think Eric Johnston. But I wouldn't think tapping an Eric Johnston. I would maybe say like I don't know, Eddie Van Halen or something. But then there are all these different techniques that people learn and master, and most of these famous people have their unique sonic signature. I'm stealing a term from Max. Their sonic signature. And then there's Guthrie, who can do it all. It's completely unfair. And we love him for it. It sounds more like it's a band. Yeah, it's more. For example, if we had a tab, the tab could say just a slide because it's convenient. But when you're Guthrie Govan, you can probably bend with like one finger. He uses the guitar so fully and so expressively, it transcends technicality, but encompasses. Yeah, fully agreed. So very well put. These are such beautiful vibratos as well, like. Just completely given up. Sounds like kind of a chromatic down. A little harmonic minor-ish. Could be sliding back. Bu kayıt kaydılıyor, evet. Yani kendisi otomatik şey yapıyor. Tekrar kanalımda bulabilirsin. Kanalda tekrar bulabilmen lazım şeyden sonra. Yayın bittikten sonra otomatik yüklenmesi lazım. The question to be translated for Max is whether the stream is gonna be on YouTube, and it should be, yes. Okay. Çok teşekkür ederim Enes geldiğin için. Umarım keyif almışsındır. Kendine çok iyi bak. Güzel bir akşam diliyorum. Hoşça kal. I do like the idea of staying in the same part of the fretboard. But I guess I don't hear a slide there. Just seeing these streams. That's very, very kind of you, Max. I'm very happy to hear that from you. Sounds great. Thank you very much for having stopped by. Always nice to see you, hear you, and I wish you the best with Sonofield. I really hope the feedback on that one is going well. Ear training has always been a strong suit of your teachings, I think, and it's nice that you're making it even more accessible to other people. So, all the best to you. So the reason I am thinking that, like, instead of or something like, instead of thinking that I'll probably stay here, I'm thinking that he'll probably move over here. First of all, because I've seen covers of it like a million times, but that's of course not enough. I'm just thinking that it suddenly goes as it suddenly becomes like a much higher pitch of like, it just kind of sounds like the dynamic range is super high. So we are somewhere here, and then suddenly I hear something almost like, you know, this high. So it doesn't just happen that he's jumping from here to here in several notes. So it to me means that he already moves to this part of the fretboard while getting the lower pitches, which means that he already has access to the higher pitches if needed, without having to jump from, you know, here to here. There's always this aggressive bend in the song. When at full speed, it's just like, so good. And like, we clearly hear the slide here. If I just did it's more Eric Johnson than than Guthrie. It sounds like he's not jumping like this, but there's like a small pause there. Maybe he is human after all. Of course, like 17 million notes. Maybe I will slow it down a little, like 35. Also, to the few people watching, if you feel like I should go faster and like talk less, just listen to it and like don't share the thought process as much, just let me know, because we're kind of learning it together Although Ege, you kinda seem like you already played the song, which much respect to you. So we were already here. Sounds like a Dorian. Those are some of the notes. See, like I can hear the note, like the picking going on. Like it's not legato. It's like you can hear the pick attack in the thing. Just like the exercise. Like always, like you go 2 notes back, 1 note forward. No, that's not it. part well. So this was the easy part. let's go to 30 BPM. I don't know if my DAW will like that. Selam Tuna. There's that big bend there and I am out of tune. Yapma. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Oh, Tuna. Oh, okay, thank you for the subscribes. Words. Thank you for subscribing, is what I was trying to say. Said it. I'm hearing something like this. I think it's kind of this chromatic idea again. I think that's. And if you have this and this in. G sharp minor, like Moises recommends, then G sharp obviously would be the root basically, and this kind of an arpeggio, it kind of sounds like a diminished thing. So this would be like a 4. C diminished kind of, but I hear this like big bend that is going up to almost like a C sharp note. But like, if this is the least of our concerns, like if this is the part of the song that I can't play, like that's fine, honestly. But it does sound like I hear this part clearly. I'm a little unsure about the G sharp, the C sharp. But then again, we are bending. So yeah, it's probably the C sharp. Yeah, okay, I can live with that. I can go back to the C35 here. Yeah. Dur, ne oluyor? To the B flat, A sharp. I think it's another chromatic round. Yeah. Could you close the... Oh no! Thank you. Thank you, Eric. I did not notice the fractal window was still blocking me. I apologize. But what I was doing is... so we had this part. I mean, it could be jumping like this to the B note, but I don't think that's it. And then a little chromatic like that. And chromatically going down to A sharp. And then this kind of a band. I practice so much, and this is one of my weaknesses. I think it's a weakness for a lot of us, but this in terms of like finger notation, like if I say 1, 2, 3, 4. Any combination that involves 1, 3, and 4 for me do not work well. So we learn, and we practice, and we learn more. I hear distinctly a pick attack, like instead of sticking to this smooth kind of, you know, like this kind of movement. Here we have, like, it's a bit more to give the dynamic attack, like, you know, we're increasing the energy in the song, like that kind of dynamic thing. I will actually listen to this part a bit because I don't know if I remember this very well. It also sounds like maybe before it was at the neck pickup, because as soon as we do at this part, I'm hearing a little like the sound. I don't hear the pickup switch or anything, obviously, but I hear kind of like the sound opening up a bit, and that could be explained by a little like pickup switch. Like a little increase in the brightness. It doesn't sit on the grid either, which I think makes it a bit like, it kind of gives the feeling of a dynamic difference to me. It's like a groove thing. Is there a little bend there? Or is it just a vibrato? Yeah, it's just a vibrato. Switch. I don't know if it's a... that's 2 picks. 2 picks. Nope. Yeah, that's the 16th fret. It sounds like a larger, like a, you know, like 3 semitone kind of bend. Like, Nope, that's too sharp. I think there's like a wild vibrato in this part. Wow. it's such a funny noise to make with your mouth. Like a wild, literally like a Zach Wild kind of wild vibrato. I think he double picks it. These are such good examples of how like vibrato should be, instead of just fretting a note and hoping that it's like, yeah, I hope it works. Like, it's literally bending up and down in pitch. Like, this is what's happening, but it's just... you get the original separate... Yes, exactly. What I do is... you can check the beginning of this stream once it's done, but I download the MP3 file, mostly, like, usually from YouTube. There are a lot of ways to download a video as an MP3 thing. Then you upload it, like you just say new, you drop the file here, and after you drop it, it gives you options about like what you want to separate, or how do you want to separate this. I like separating the lead and the rhythm guitar, because that's I usually learn the rhythm parts. So using this, I then export, I hope you can see my mouse. I then export all the files and move it to my DAW, because I feel more comfortable working in the DAW rather than DAW, I don't know. I feel more comfortable working in the DAW than in Moises, because the interaction is a little less friendly. And I explained why at the beginning of this video. I use the free one, but I'm sure Pro version is much more better. I don't know if it's much more better. There is a house in New Orleans. There is there is the hi-fi separation with the Pro, and I just pay one more euro for it. In Turkey currently we can buy a car probably with €1, thanks to the currency. But to me it's like I try to make videos, and I try to really I hope to have videos that have good sound in them. That's why I kind of like, you know, chip in and buy it. Like I pay more to get slightly better sound so that I can put it in the video as a better sound. But I did use the free version for quite some time, and I like it. I hope that they didn't bring things like ads, like, you know, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Like you try to split the tracks and suddenly it shows a 15-second ad. If that's not happening, I think it's fine. But Tuna is the separation between lead and rhythm guitar also present in the free version? Because I would hope that that's the case. If you can write it, I'm happy to know. And if it's not the case, then I would probably look for alternatives, because the technology clearly exists, and if some other AI tool is doing this without asking for money, it's probably fine. And here we go down to 30 because it's the... My problem with the app is can't separate orchestral scores. Oof. I think I understand. Because, for example, in the version that I have, not in the version but I have, but I remember a section called strings, but it's very much not enough, I think, for orchestral work. That's very good to know. What happens if I just upload any sort of file? I don't know, just a random... come on. Yeah, sure. Let's go for this Yavuz Çetin file. This is what I have. Oh, it literally doesn't really have a lot of options for, like, there's wind, there's strings, sure. But there are a lot of strings and a lot of winds in an orchestral thing. I see the struggle. That's not good. But thank you for telling me, because I had no idea that Moises had such a limitation. And since sometime last year, like I think last September or something, I'm sort of what's the word for that? I collaborate with Moises. They don't pay me anything, but they bumped me up to the higher thing. Now I pay myself, but free one don't have that option. Oh, that's okay. I see. Also, the free one doesn't have strings with... Oh, that's not... Okay. But even then, that's... like, I mean, you might have a lot of different strings in an orchestral piece. You might have a lot of winds. So maybe it could be even better. But that's good to know. That's very good to know. Thank you for sharing with me. Also, we are closing up to the end. We have learned half of it, so we are somewhere here. I mean, this is gonna suck, or this is gonna be okay, but we're gonna... This is gonna suck. Only for instruments, bass, guitar, vocal on free one. That's not enough. Yeah, that's very good to know. That's definitely not sufficient to use, you know, to use for like covers or to learn a song. Yeah. Sorry. No pick here. and then we're gonna such a literally a big vibrato. Pentatonic thing? Oh, there's a sixth note in there. There's some other note here in that pitch. So this part is fine. I don't think it's. I don't know if he's picking everything. I don't think he's picking everything. I think he's picking the first two notes and then the third one is a hammer on, so he has his hand free. And it also helps go down to the next string, because if he was alternate picking everything, and I think these are some things that are helpful to think about. If he was alternate picking every single note, down, up, like it's going up right now, but he needs to go down. So if he stops before playing the upstroke and just does a hammer on, he now has momentum towards the low, like the higher E string. So he can do, like if I really emphasize with my right hand, it's like, now it's literally going down and I can hammer on, especially when playing fast lines like these. I think a lot of these virtuosos seem to use this idea. I think I heard from some fellow like guitar beasts that like Yngwie does a similar thing. Yngwie does a similar thing. Josh Meder? I don't know. Josh Meder was explaining that he does it all the time, basically. So if he is playing like 5 notes on a string, he will pick the first 4 notes, and the 5th note will be a hammer on or a pull off. So it's gonna be legato. So he uses his picking for most of the notes on the string, but then he switches to legato so that his hand has time to travel to another string. And if you don't know Josh Meder's music, it makes sense because things sound so fluid, and it has to do with the tone and everything, but nothing seems forced. It all seems just like it's just water, really. Super fluid. But then again, he's a master. Such an inspiring guy. So, but long story short, whenever we are practicing songs like these, it might also help to keep in mind what the guitar player that plays the song does, like what kind of technique they have. So for example, Paul Gilbert has a tendency to, for example, if he's doing a 6-note run, or maybe like it's from technical difficulties. So for these kind of runs, he doesn't pick every single thing usually, but what he apparently does is he picks legato, like hammer. I think in the intro for this song, it's a bad example. He picks these things, but for example, at the end of the song, he does tick, legato, tick, legato, tick. I'm playing the wrong notes because I don't know how to play the song. But the idea is, if I'm learning this song and I know that this is something Paul Gilbert does, it is likely that the thing that he does, and the thing that sounds so complicated and hard to play, the player probably has a workaround for it. And it's their technique that allows them to sort of be able to do this. And if you know how their technique works, we can keep that in mind when we're learning the song. I will stop talking now. I have spoken a lot. I do hope that these ideas, like small insights, small things that I've learned, are kind of helpful. If they're not, and if you just want me to go through the song, just let me know. Because honestly, this is the second live stream I'm doing. And the point here is that we learn together, and that I learn a song, that's great, but also we learn details of a song, and how, so that I can share how I learn it, and if something makes sense, if something doesn't make sense, we just argue about it. We just talk about it. Big band. Big vibrato. So I heard this part. Is it faster? Oof. So the marker is at 16.2. That's where this whole run starts. Question mark? Ooh. Settle down. Oh, my heart. Even slower. I'm so sorry, everyone. Please blame Guthrie, not me. Yeah, I definitely hear there's like a blue note here, because like all of this has been feeling kind of like a pentatonic with a sixth. Well, this is a ninth actually. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing the lower pitch, and I kind of remember from seeing videos that he does a jump to this part. So we're fine until 16.3. Da, 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 da. Yeah, kind of. it's like this part is kind of doubled. This is the next part. Oh, okay, I hear this. We're getting there. It's happening. It's happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Wait. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Maybe this? I think this is it. Da, da, da. Maybe that's it. Like that's I think this sounds okay. I heard this, but maybe he actually plays it here, like a band, like a slide. And this is something I learned in the previous the first live stream. I was learning Barstool Warrior by Dream Theater, and I kept hearing this F note, like at the start of a run that goes like. That part basically, like the fast run. I kept hearing this, and you can see the video. I'm just playing that part over and over and over, but I'm not thinking about, oh, what if he doesn't play it here, because it's a weird fingering as well. Like there's, and then like it's. Sorry. And then he does like 12, 14, so it's like G, A. On the B string I have 13th fret, so like C. And then 18th fret, which is like G. Like this is weird even for Petrucci. But what I should have done is, so if I'm doing this, just move it. The guitar is a movable instrument. That's one of the few good things about it. That I played it wrong probably, but like this. Now I don't move my hand. Like so. How it applies to this is also it's also a piece of information to keep in mind for all of us. I am hearing a certain note, but I don't know if it's like here or if it's instead of 18th fret on the D string, maybe it's 13th fret on the G string. And And that kind of helps with, how to put it? It might help with dynamics. It might help with the following notes. And it's just something to keep in mind, really. Like, I'm just kind of blubbering at the moment. But the idea is this. Just keep in mind that it might be somewhere else than you think, as has happened to me last week. I heard 3 notes. Da, 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 da. We heard the blue note, so we have, and starting from here, so like we are at 16.4. I'm hearing something like this. That's not it. Nope. This kind of fits because if the song indeed is in G sharp minor, the relative major to G sharp minor is B major, and what I would be playing with this line is a B major pentatonic. And if I go down to G sharp, I have a G sharp minor pentatonic. So from a fretboard theory standpoint, like, this is kind of getting together. I think I missed an alter. Like, I hear a total of 8 notes in starting from here. Da 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 da. So I think this is it. The tempo might not be right, but let's figure out the pitches first, and then we can improve things. Da, 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 da. I think it's really like this B pentatonic part. fit. It seems to fit. Okay, that's exciting. What I will do is take a 2-minute break. I will get a cup of tea. I recommend that you do the same. We are almost done with it. Like this is probably the hardest part of this solo, apart from getting all the pitches and all the bends and all the Guthrie in place. But the rest of the solo like only has one run like this, and it's closer to the first run that we had, which is like. And I think it's gonna be fine. So 2-minute break. I will be right there. Yeah, see you in a little bit. Yeah, be right back. These are all the notes I know. I see that we lost Eric. I'll drop now. Great live stream. Enjoyed the learning process and catch up in the replay. That sounds great. Thank you very much for joining. I'm very happy that you were here to share the learning process. Let's continue. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So, what were we doing? Something like that? I think that's something like that. Let's try again. No. That's not an E, but or a D sharp. That's a D sharp instead of an E flat. I'm just gonna try it from here, maybe. It sounds like it's going back 2 steps, and then it kind of sounds like a diminished arpeggio. This kind of a thing, but not exactly. Maybe. Maybe. Let's try. But like. This part, we're on track. It's indeed like a tritone here. Here again. I sung the note and I confused myself because I cannot sing. Okay, so this is fine. This seems fine. to go. So it would be. I think that's what we have right now. So. Big bends. Oof, look at that vibrato. If you're Guthrie, you can probably do this like huge vibrato with a single finger. My fingers don't work as well. I would like to file a complaint. Jesus. Big vibrato. Huh? Wait, so we have. I was playing it wrong. And that's why you play with the playback. Even if you think you have all the pitches right, yeah. So like, so he goes up, band on the 21st, band goes down, band on the 19th, there's still, I cannot do this string. He still does another band on the 19th fret, but this one is like a baby bend. So instead of it's almost like instead of having a full full step, that's the word I'm trying to find. Instead of a full step bend, it's almost like he's doing like a half step bend, which is such a blues. These are not in the correct tone, but what we are doing is big vibrato. It sounds like he's bending. So it's almost like he's going to the B string now, so. So we have a band on the 21st and another one on the 19th. Almost like the ones we had in on the E string. Maybe the band might be wrong. I think I'm gonna speed it up again because it's getting a little hard to hear not hear the nuances, but the timing is lacking a bit. So I'm gonna go to 35 BPM, and we were here somewhere in 18, I think. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't come here, but he comes to this because, like, instead of staying on the E string, maybe he's just going to the B string on this 21st fret because he's gonna bend it in a second. Then it doesn't feel like he was bending on the low E string, so we're gonna see. Do it. But it is more comfortable to do the vibrato here. What's gonna happen? He does do three bends. And then does he do one before he jumps to the next bend? 1, 2, 3. No. He does two. I think, again, like in one of the previous lines, instead of like a full step band, he's actually doing a 3-step band. But I'm gonna listen to this part again. Come back. Jack, come back. 19, I guess. Again, 3 hits here. 3 bands, not hits, but you know. Kind of confusing. Wait. It's like I actually don't understand what he's doing there. Let's go down to 30 BPM. We were at 19. not this, but that's the that's kind of the motion I'm feeling. When in doubt, let's go to 25 ppm. I have a student watching, I can, and I consistently say 40 bpm is great, and here we are in 25 bpm. That is all I'm gonna say. If needed, we do it. I'm honestly unsure about that part. I think that's what I'm hearing here. Not even that. Wait, what is that? I don't love it, but that's what I'm kind of hearing. Back to this, like I don't think that's super. I don't love it. I will come back to that part. I do want to finish the rest of the song instead of focusing on like one little bend. But I do want to find out what that bend does, because nah. It doesn't sound like a dominant one. Could it just be A major? That's not A major, that's E major, but I don't think that's it. I don't think it's a diminished kind of sound, it's more... this is very smooth after. Da, da, da. Let's continue. Pick, it just slides into the new band. Something? Ooh. Yeah, I need to loop that part really. These notes have still a similar length. These have still the same length, you know, like. This seems fine. Kind of like suddenly like a quintuplet attack of sorts. Oh, that was kind of matching actually. Da, 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 da. Something isn't fitting. That's it. This part has like a faster, maybe like 30 seconds, I don't know. But this one is longer, and the end is also longer. No? like it's also good to keep in mind that, to my knowledge, Guthrie improvised this. So it's normal that these things don't hit on the, like they don't sit on the grid perfectly. First of all, even Guthrie is a human, but also it's not necessarily just like 16th notes. It's more like this could be a group of sevenths fitting in to a space left for 4 notes. So it could be like septuplets, it's going to be quintuplets coming together. It's normal that it's a little unorthodox. Can I? Sorry. I think again. A little more. Choice. I hear the harmonic minor happening. Obviously here. we have it. Those are the notes. I don't. This is a. This is such a weird sound. I think we have the notes. What I'll try to do is just play along. I will mute the leads and I'll just try to play along to a slow tempo and honestly see how that goes. But basically this has summarized how I approach learning a song. So I started off by separating the stems, which enables me to hear things better. Then I set the tempo of the files, which helped me be able to slow down and speed up the audio tracks in my DAW, in my DAW. In my case, it's Studio One. After this is the case, I could now set the original tempo for the project, and I used a website called TapBPM, which basically is a it's called beatsperminuteonline.com. The idea is that I listen to the song, I tap along, and that gives me the calculation of like the BPM of the song, or at least the section that I'm listening to. And afterwards I set the project and the file tempo to that BPM, and now whenever I change the DAW speed, like the tempo basically, every file that I changed in the beginning, I mean, would slow down or speed up as I needed. And that helps me learn things by ear, be able to slow it down, make it faster again, and listen to all the nuances in a separated way. Sorry, in a what's the word I'm looking for? In a soloed way, basically. And now I will mute, or like I will take the leads down a bit, and I will try to play along. So let's see how it goes. live with that. I know that's like this, the tempo for this one isn't exact, and that's something to really fine tune. Like this part. The original is 64, let's say, BPM. I'll just increase 10 more BPM. Let's go for 45, which is math is failing me, closer to around 80-ish, almost like 70-something% speed. That's not the band. It's gonna be a strong full step band. So, admittedly, we are not fully there, but my fingers are burning. Like, my fingertips are just kind of hurting at this point. I will try at 55 BPM, which is like close to like 90-something%. I'm sure after fine-tuning and stuff, I will be able to do this well. It does need some more effort, but please take the process as what's important in this live stream and not the results, because I'm not Guthrie. Like, it's not gonna be perfect. Even if I hear every single pitch, it's not gonna sound like Guthrie. But at least it is teaching me some things about how Guthrie plays, about how he improvises, sort of, how he does certain bands that I wouldn't think of doing, like, you know, having a single string band. How he, for example, does a little sweep on G-sharp minor, and like I'm used to, for example, sweeping, I don't know, this kind of this kind of like 3 note per string thing, but I'm just not used to this shape. And that's interesting. So that's the goal here. That's that we learn how to approach certain things, and I hope it was helpful. I will play it for one last time and I will take a rest because fingers are not doing well. Thank you, Guthrie. That this stream has given you some idea, like some sort of inspiration, some sort of insight on how you can tackle the hard songs that you want to learn. And for me, something that is very important is that on social media, we see things that are perfect. Like everything we see on social media is perfect, but we rarely see the work that goes into learning something. And rather than having this fictional image of me being a great guitar player that can just pick up a song super quickly, I would much rather be transparent about how much effort it takes, how my fingers are currently on fire, and how I messed up so many times. And whenever I'm filming a video, it's gonna be the same, because I'm not recording in the studio as Paul Gilbert or as John Petrucci. I'm Jem playing in my bedroom, trying to film a song, trying to give it a tribute or a certain cover that I hope comes close to the marvel that these incredible musicians offer. So if it gives you any inspiration on doing it for yourself, that's wonderful. If you have any questions about how the process goes, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever you feel more comfortable. Just reach out to me and ask any questions that you might have. And I will see you on the next one. Oh, well, for the next one, to give little information, I do the polls on Instagram to decide which is the next song or which is the next artist. So for example, the next artist can be John Mayer, or can be David Maxim Michich, can be Joe Bonamassa, can be John Petrucci. Won't be John Petrucci again because it was the first week, but I don't know, can be / can be whoever. So we just decide on it together and then we pick a song. I try to learn it. You see the process, and hopefully it adds something to the way that we work. So wishing you all the best. Thank you very much for joining, and yeah, see you on the next one. Take care.